Hello boys, my name is Kuliyoshi. Welcome back to my blind playthrough. Well, sort of. This is more of the endgame content. Xenoblade Chronicles is free for Switch with the Japanese voices enabled. In the last video we left off showing off 3 different kinds of monsters to farm. Yes, we're still doing the gem grind. That's a big thing of this video. Before I forget, because I'm silly, let's do this, make this one more time to make sure we have enough. I did check, we did seem to have one from before, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Anyways, I got the stuff required for steel protection, so we got that. So we got that off finally. We have 2 more items needed for Brimming Spirit, so if we're lucky enough, we might actually just get all of that right there. We actually just get that today. Anyways, this next one is kind of more difficult to do since, it requires us to defeat these Merignas, which are in the central quarter. I'm mainly controlling Uni in most of these battles, simply due to the fact that we need to be able to affect days as soon as possible. And yes, Noah is still under-leveled. It's probably going to remain this way for a little bit longer until we get other stuff. We're getting quite a few azaleas just from killing this elite here. This isn't even a unique monster yet, and we've already gotten a few of them. I figured since we're going through this whole Merigna grind, these are basically Ignas, but for the water. Yeah, anyone's wondering. Of course, there's both of us. Of course, there's 2 people ready their items. I think it might actually be better to just grind normal Merigna, since if you have too much of a high level, you won't end up actually getting stuff done. Also, there's a lot of enemies, which is why I'm not actually going to be doing the 99 grind. Never did it for the other one either, though, because, like, the 8 monster is so bad to grind that I opted to just kill monsters instead. It's still really on time, but it could have been... Oh, that's a different thing altogether. That's a Mercury. Okay, we're gonna assist the Oddles, obviously. We're taking out any answers that we can. Alright, well, we might not even need that. Just killing the Merigna around the area has already given us some nice drops in the blue setup. Thankfully, we don't need the purple, so we might actually want to kill some other ones, simply due to the fact that it has a higher chance of giving us the items we need. Now you can see why we wanted to do all that specific grinding that early on. It's just easier to... It just makes this farm take not as long because we have... That ensures that we have every break, every active topple, the active days. And we would definitely do that if we didn't have Guardian Commander and Lone Exile leveled up on everyone, but I thought of that in my grind too, so I immediately did that as like one of the very first things I did. Unfortunately, it seems like I might have gone the wrong way, collecting the pool stuff and whatnot. I assume what they actually gave is, I think they sent us to actually come into this control area and then move in between the water. I know this one can be quite tricky to get. Heck, we never really even went into here at all, so we might have to explore this point yet anyway. Well, we're definitely going the right way if we're seeing level 63s already. I think I did make a good spot, because this is a really painful, unique monster to defeat. At least if you weren't level 99, and we're at level. We probably don't actually need to defeat necessarily. In fact, we can probably just get as much, if not more, percent done by just killing all of the Merigna in this area. Conveniently, there is also tons of different Merigna. That was a nasty miss on top of there. There we go. We got a burst off of at least one of them. Even just killing one normally seemed to give us a nice, decent experience gap. But the real big thing we want is those guys guarding the point there. I think those are the uniques that we missed in the previous video. I'm gonna do at least those two speed points. I'm gonna use at least those two arts just so I have just the day Bezers if I really need it. Easy enough. I do have a decent balance of my setup, and I'm going to keep this up pretty much regardless of what I'm doing, because again, all that matters is we get the materials. Because this is a multi-unique, we might just insta-chain to try and kill one of them. We don't have launch for that chain, of course, but it'd still be at least decent. Oh yeah, that's right, I tried exploring this area around the thing, but I could never find quite. Also, we got a lot of our Merigna stuff just killing enemies around the area, so I think if we just finish the stuff off, we'll be fine. But we need to kill the uniques anyways as part of getting all the soul hack stuff. Heck, you have to kill them about 5 times, or specific sets of them. 5 times for each soul hack requirement, so I think to save time we can just finish the rest of our grinding we need on them. Anyways, there's the soul hack item indicating we can get something from. Having more healers definitely helps for multiple battles with multiple enemies, since it's much safer to A, although it can be quite annoying. One thing with these is you want to try and focus on one enemy first and have it killed really quickly. One thing I would pay attention to especially is the days and 3 of those days are odd times. I think somebody else used the Magnus. Maybe I'll like to watch though, in terms of what I should be using with items is I probably will actually have to grind so much later, although if I wait until I do the unique monster kill grind a little bit later, it'll be much faster. Just keep in mind, there's actually a secondary grind that I have to do as well. But it's gonna be much faster, and I honestly don't know if we need it for the endgame bosses, but I guess if we wanted to do the most optimal strategy, we probably should do that anyway. Alright. For some reason they're giving normal items more than the yellow items, and they're supposed to be unique monsters. They're supposed to get the other ones a bit more. This is gonna be a longer fight though, so we're probably gonna get all our items. Just to be safe, I might wait a little bit. Especially with this bad luck happening right now. Just to make sure we get our team. And I think after that, if we still haven't gotten the route done, we'll set it so that it's thirst, just to make sure that if we go relatively close form, we don't do the launch thing. Nice move. Alright, we got one of our souls at. Hey, okay, we finally got that. Now that problem's out of the way, we're gonna start by chain attacking the next one to make be dealt with faster. I'll use a healer to set this up in terms of the reset we need on the enemy, then finish it off with a defender so we get that character back. And we can do that all over again. One thing I have learned is to help manipulate the percent, unless you get like really unlocked to a percent early on, which you could actually just use them on a second try. You could start delaying using your attacker. Oh, actually, you can technically use an attacker early, though, funnily enough, you actually want the next arc to not be the regular arc that you normally use for this. It's still faster to obviously start from Nova, since it has by far the best arc that you can use, but you actually don't want DPS order the second time, because that can risk you going over percent. If anything, you want one by the last part, so you can get other stuff done instead. Obviously though, we still want to do the hero by the third one. Otherwise, we just don't get percent at all. Unfortunately, yeah, these don't really do much here, so we'll just use our 2 healers. They have 10% extra TP bonus, which is not bad. Guarantee we get to 99. but we might not get our second percent. Yeah, so we only get 2 of that instead, but Miyabi has an effect where it'll automatically reactivate whenever character, basically giving us a triple character reactivation, but we didn't get the effect we wanted, which is unlucky. Okay, now I'm actually gonna do Neo. I found out Noah's Bo's form is the strongest, so if you're not going for basic word setup, so no good combo to use, then Noah's form is by far the strongest form in the game. If you can get it. Guys. I'll just do the burst now. We did get those from there, so that should help out a lot, although it's slightly reduced in effectiveness, so now that I think of it. In this, maybe not best in the percent, but under regular circumstances, that's what we would go for. I think actually going this form would do much more damage. It's the second best form after Noah's if you are not able to get lucky with the chin starting. Started a defender there first, just to make sure that we didn't percent necessarily right away. By the way, one thing to note is you don't actually have to worry about position alerts at all. You can just use them for whatever, and they'll still guarantee that you get stuff done. Come to think of it, Beal probably wasn't the worst pick there since it does reduce aggro on everyone, so that's gonna help out a lot. Got a 200% now. Have we had a DPS hero, or at least whatever, Terran, and just got Cena there instead? We could have guaranteed the kill. The only reason I mention it like that was, well, back in the speed, you want endless at some point. It's the most optimal order you get. Okay, we did end up killing him by the end. So that's one less of the elites to deal with. Now, obviously doing this with actually full buffs and a slightly shattered party and hopefully at least one soul actor for the rest of damage will be much faster. Now the problem is we have to kill the last one. How are we going to do that? First, we're just going to figure out where this is. After all, we're kind of tired of this battle. I'm gonna manually kill Tyon here so he can try and get a burst. If I get this right, then there should be a one. Anyways, with all level 3 orbos, we should be able to finish off the other hunters. There we go. This is one unique you're definitely going to want to be able to respawn. It's freaking not otherwise. Anyway, that was a well fought victory, and we got some new skills for it. Some of these skills we hadn't seen in a while anyway, which is nice. Right, I have to actually look at where I need to go. I do need to bring up my guide to make sure I at least know where to go. This one puts me back all the way at Patalis. It goes runes of Sivu Gav. We never actually defeated this. We're actually going to do two things here now I think of it. So this is actually going to be a little bit of a different setup than... Oh, wait. Actually, I probably should save that for later. Because it's honestly not that hard. But there's some Aetnian assassins we still also haven't killed yet. Under unique monsters. So, but anyways, we need to go soft across the bridge. Across the stupid bridge again, which we've already done a lot of. And I already mentioned how it is to go across this bridge. It's not as tight as you would think. Alright. Take out a screen Arachno while we're here. We should actually be taking out most of these anyway, since we only need the common queen eggs from them. I was unlucky that we didn't stuff. We could also fight these Arachno workers if we really wanted to, but I'm not gonna waste my time doing it. Right. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, I think this is actually how we get thing. It mentions a point that we have to go into, and also I don't know why I jumped there, but thankfully there's actually a different point right there. Also, I didn't really have to waste my time going there. I just should do the route side. It'd be easy. You wouldn't get so confused. But really, we could just teleport here and be fine. I just started from there initially because we need to have any point for later anyway. Also, we wanted to get that Arachno Queen anyway. I always mess up this part. I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like I forget that I cannot jump on these, or I just pull off. So we have to travel on both of these. And then jump off at the last minute before we get all the way to the end. And that's when we find this hidden unique monster. We could have actually fought it a lot earlier in the game, but again, just not wanting to fight too high level monsters early kind of made us not do it. Well, 50 is still quite big enough that we'll still get some materials from it, so just like before, we're going to stay at level 99. In fact, we've only weakened ourselves a couple of times for some monsters. You can technically do that with hard mode as well, but typically just outrolling the monster is slightly better as long as you're at least... it will probably still work. If you're struggling with any of these battles, by the way, you can just, and you're not, like, forcefully setting the difficulty on normal like I am as part of the walkthrough, you can just set the difficulty to easy mode. Now, we are going to be farming this one, because the queens themselves are really truly defined, as you might remember from our playthrough, so we are definitely going to go in this one. We're not going to be chain attacking, we have to be a very low level stuff. The main reason we changed before is because, well, there were 3 enemies, and it was quite tedious to do all of them, so we have to just do other stuff. Now, if there's extra Merigna materials needed because we didn't, like, get some other stuff, I'll only show the collection of a specific material once. So if I notice that it's also needed for a different crystal, do other stuff. This one we might want to stay for a bit longer. I will say I did like that Merigna farm. It's quite convenient. We actually were able to get a lot of materials just killing the enemies normally. Seems to be immune to debuffs. Or be completely immune during certain abilities. Remember, some enemies have evasion arts or arts that grant them immunity to effects. Break being one of them occasionally. But now you can see that the attack for this doesn't always land, although... And this is another good thing about B99. At level 99, you have a much higher chance of actually landing the debuffs on these enemies to actually get the effect on. If you're too low level, you'll regularly miss with your abilities instead. This is why the Ogre class is even kept in. Because, like I said, it has the best chance to break. Kind of problematic though, the fact that it doesn't even get a chance to do that. Ooh. I specifically changed this just to freeze it in place. Just to make sure we get another attack this is just to make sure we get enough burst on it as a last ditch effort before the chain ends. We're probably gonna only complete one art here though. I'll use one more burst, but not until the very end if I can, so let's see if there is a burst on somebody else. On you. Oh, I could just use BRB for that when I need to. So I'll purposely not do the burst early on. Hopefully get his XP to like 300%. It's kind of... After 300%, it starts to stall out quite a bit. Okay, you know what? I probably didn't really need that, so let's just go straight to a burst. And then it. That's just a guarantee that we got the item. Probably wasn't necessarily, though. One problem is you might get too many purples here, but oh well, we needed to defeat the monster for container. Now if you ask me, I probably like the other strategy for farming better, which, if you guys remember what that was like, well, we basically just ran around the bottom most circle, and that thing also serves as a nice fast travel point, so believe me, that was intentional. But one with the I doing that I actually showed you before that is specifically good for if you need common materials from these guys. If I didn't, I guess I could attack the gravels there. I guess that could be another way to get some nice gravel materials. Since there's like 5 of them in this big mess, that I could just spam farm that instead. But I prefer to go down here because while you go down this path, there will be at least 2 or 3 weaker Arachnos to fight. And remember that thing I mentioned about the weaker Arachnos being not as good for but having some extra items? Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about. They have a chance to drop purple materials, yes, but they have a much lesser chance to drop them than any other mobs in the game. So if we just find these guys over and over again, that can work pretty well. And also, if we just fall down a far distance, we can just trigger a respawn and just instantly get those back. Also, I think I'll probably have a bit of a faster time if I just go across the bridge anyway. Annoyingly enough, there's not really a good spot for farming these. So, I probably should have mentioned, this is another one of those farming spots that can certainly take a while to do. So I guess we're not getting this done right away. I think we'd spent so many Arachno eggs on other stuff, but I guess just to make sure that I'm not being silly, I'm going to show the regular route. I don't actually want the elite here, because remember that one thing that happens if you face a monkey monster in battle, then instead of it being at the level that it would normally be at, it'll just be a weaker level instead. Well, actually no, it'll still be at the same level. It's just it'll only give you regular purple, yellow materials and above. So this was actually all on purpose to make sure we the main thing I made a difference with, in addition to having Miyabi in the party, was to have a bright topple, daze, and burst on everyone's initiative, i.e. not the fusion part, because that allows us to at least activate the burst later. Fortunately, we cannot find anything lower than 24, so we might still have problems farming materials. In fact, probably just singly due to this one in our mechanic, we may be better off actually just not farming in this side spot at all. But do remember this spot. This is really good for Arachno materials in particular from the army ones, but not for the Queen Arachnos. But anyways, I'll show you the full route just to show you where the saves are. They stop spawning after about the third point. But anyways, I think you probably remember this route from my actual main rock route, because I realized how annoying it was to get some Arachno Queen eggs, and so I was farming here for quite a bit to try and get them. That's quite an annoying one to get around. Come to the time when we do Arachnos, if we do need them, we could probably just kill all these enemies here. There's plenty of Arachnos in this loop. I could have sworn there was at least one more queen here. Oh well. I guess there's only two here. Yeah, not really much queens, unfortunately. The reason the Kabiba one worked so much better is because, well, there were at least 15 dozen Kabibas. Okay, that obviously is not going to work. So now you can see that, unfortunately, there's not much you could do with this. It's quite a very verifying drop rate, and despite it being common material, so that just so he can get stuff done. First, right, missed, unfortunately. Perfect timing on days and burst. I think that's what we want to do with the burst, is not use a daze with our character, but use a daze early. We hope somebody uses a daze early and just naturally use the burst. That way it'll hit in the middle of something else. Okay, I think we just got unlucky the first time. Also, we're not going to do the chain this time because it already took a really long time to do. So yeah, unfortunately this is another monster where like there's just very little of it spawned. So ideally the sooner you could just get up here and take it out, the better. We probably could have actually done this first as early as like level 40. Well, maybe not that, but like after we hit level 50. Up, we probably should have just came up here and fought it. It has some really good drops for all of its materials. Needless to say, we'll probably be here for a while, so I'm obviously not going to show all of this off. I initially did want to show the footage, but I didn't attempt that since some materials were actually more easier to get than others, but for ones that have like a much lower drop rate, I feel if I didn't get them within a certain amount of time, it'd be easier to do other stuff. Well, since they messed up with the days, somebody's going to automatically days. I think if somebody would automatically burst, and then I could just do the full combo myself. For once though, the drop rate seems to be a bit more fair, simply due to that it's not a 99 monster, so it seems to have kind of average drop rates for everything. Obviously, it's purple ones are more severe. I think that one is beta immune to stuff though, while I was using it, so break this kind of stuff. So now you can see, this is another benefit to be 99, is just that your break, topple, and meteor they all hit much more consistently. Weaker monster versus like a 99, so it's a much different here. Everyone instead of having to recharge their tiles here. That's a problem that can sometimes happen is if you get really unlucky with the set. You've got a good amount of items. Oh, that finished it off. That's okay. Get the materials again. By the way, you only get coins and or special items the first time you defeat him. Alright. Well, that's going to be it for this video. I don't want to waste too much more of your time. Probably reset Mo's class in the next episode and on this in the next video. Till then, gonna leave it. Like if you enjoyed this video, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.